CBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast on CW4 with meteorologist Trevor Birchett.
Pretty active past week of weather with the remnants of Hurricane Delta moving through yesterday. Fortunately, that storm is continuing to move out, and we are transitioning to a drier period of weather for the next several days. In fact, we're going to be much warmer tomorrow, warmer than we have been in the last couple of weeks. Maybe some isolated showers tomorrow, really nothing major. That's going to leave us mostly sunny, and then leading right into yet another major cool down by Friday. So as I mentioned, if you're one of those people that tends to get sick when the temperatures change quickly, you might as well go ahead and start taking medicine now, because it's going to be a roller coaster week of weather. We'll get to that 7-day in just a little bit. Here's the time lapse from Tupelo, or from Columbus, I should say. Just a little bit of shower activity there at the beginning. Mainly just some darkening skies rolling through as the remnants of that hurricane moved through. We picked up about 0.02 of an inch in Columbus. Really nothing major, just some off and on sprinkles through the day today. Here's a look at radar right now. What you're seeing in here is generally just some clutter from the radar side. It's picking up birds, bugs, what have you. But there is a little bit of drizzle in here. So while the radar is mostly clear, you might still see just a little bit of mist as you're out and about this evening. Skies generally remaining mostly cloudy as those clouds from the storm system continue to move off to the north and the east. Mostly clear through the middle portion of the country, and then we have another system back off to our north and west that we're going to be watching for to move through tomorrow. Fortunately, not as big of an impact as Delta was for us yesterday. Now, overnight tonight, chance for a sprinkle or two until about midnight, and then after that, we're going to have some fog develop in spots of the area. So keep that in mind as you're out and about tomorrow morning. Maybe give yourself a few extra minutes on the morning commute. Temperature is going to remain fairly steady in the mid to upper 60s overnight tonight. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, much warmer than we have been. We've been used to highs in the lower 80s. Tomorrow, we're going to hit 87 degrees. Some spots could even get close to 90, depending on how much sunshine you get. Again, we're going to wake up to some morning fog. Could be dense in spots, especially if you're near a waterway, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, sun and clouds through the day, but we're going to have a cold front pass through tomorrow. Generally a dry cold front, but we could have some sprinkles through the afternoon, so don't be shocked if you see a little bit of that rainfall. Here's what we're thinking for visibility as we go through tomorrow morning. We're going to see fog develop here by about midnight. And then by 5 or 6 tomorrow morning, most spots are reporting less than half a mile of visibility. But notice right at the end, you see it really clearing out rather quickly. So I'm hopeful by 8 or 9 o'clock, we should be mostly clear and mostly sunny. But if you're commuting before that, keep in mind that we will see some dense fog in some spots. So here's some of those safety tips for that. You want to use your low beam headlights, not your high beams. When you use your high beams, it just reflects the light right back at you. Leave a little bit of extra space between the car in front of you and your car. And if it is so dense that you can't see the road, use the white line on the right side of the roadway to help guide where you're going. But of course, it's always better to stay home a couple of minutes if you feel unsafe. Now here's that front set off to our north and the west. That comes through tomorrow afternoon. And notice by about 5 or 6 o'clock, this bank of clouds roll through. Most folks are not going to see any rain tomorrow, but there are just a few isolated sprinkles anytime from about 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. But that front generally clears out pretty quickly. High pressure moves in for Tuesday, which will mean much nicer weather for the middle and end portion of the week. In fact, rain chance is basically non-existent for Tuesday and Wednesday. We are going to have another front move through Thursday and Friday, but again, I think that too is going to be a mostly dry cold front, maybe just a shower or two. The good news is we do look pretty good as we go into next weekend. Here's a look at that AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Again, tomorrow, very, very warm, 87 degrees. Just a few isolated showers. Beautiful for us Tuesday and Wednesday, slightly cooler. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then again, we'll be watching for the end of the week as that second front comes through. Maybe some sprinkles. I wouldn't count on it, though. Looking mostly dry. And then a little bit of a shock to the system there. Thursday, 81 down to 67 on Friday. Temperatures staying in the upper 60s to lower 70s for the weekend. Could even see a little bit of patchy frost for us Saturday morning with lows in the low 40s. Some spots could even get into the upper 30s. CW4 News at 9 continues right after this. Stay with us.